I'm Emily.
I'm Hayley.
And this is
the Northwest Mystery Show. Where we're really good at doing intros.
We just had to redo our intro.
Why?
I mean,
because Townsy thinks it's fun to start recording without telling us.
What are we trying to do here, though? Are we trying to be professional?
No.
I mean, we're in a dark room right now.
We're trying to keep it real.
Keep it.
I'm sorry, we're in a dark room.
I mean, the light isn't on.
It's dark and sweltering.
It's a shadowy room.
We're just on fire. It's so hot in here.
Really? I'm not that.
I'm sweating balls.
Not that toasty. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
the
ice.
I'm gonna be sweaty by the end of this episode.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would run an AC in here, but it would destroy the sound quality.
Yeah, that's all you
no
would
one
hear.
wants to hear that.
Super ASMR.
We'll just sit here and laugh into the microphones with the air conditioner in the background.
And deep breathe. And I'll eat mini tacos into the mic.
And make the grossest noises.
You can have a sleep episode where all you record is the AC. Yeah, it's white noise, right?
You know what?
Yeah.
Don't people fall asleep to that anyway? So
yeah, I think there's a lot of different meditation podcasts. If we just run out of topics at one point, we get to 30 episodes and are just what do we talk about now? We'll just become a meditation podcast.
30 episodes.
Yeah.
That's nothing.
I have to set the bar low.
I think there's a lot more out there.
So then when we're 32, we'll be really proud of ourselves.
How many Indian burial grounds are in the area?
There's so many. The entire state is probably one.
No, the whole Northwest.
Every state is probably one.
Honestly.
So.
Do you know how many Sam Squinches we have around here?
There's so many.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like every small town you go to in the Northwest, it's we're the Bigfoot capital of the world.
They're always the capital of something.
And it's
shut the fuck up.
Okay, I've heard that at 3 different towns that I've been to.
If we run out of topics, we have nothing left. We'll talk about Oregon City and that guy we went to see.
That'll be our last episode.
Last resort.
Because we've just exhausted everything else. We've done 3 Ted Bundy episodes.
Oh my god. That guy was just so boring. I just don't want to.
It was definitely I feel like I'm in high school again and I'm at an assembly.
Yeah. Which makes sense because he's a teacher.
Yeah, and he would have been a cool teacher. Because those teachers that you could always get to just tell life stories instead of teach are the best.
And he has plenty of crazy stories and he seems fun.
Yeah, and he's a good storyteller, I guess. And he was excitable, so you're oh, okay.
Maybe we'll be more excited after we go see the McLaughlin house.
Oh yeah, we need to go do that.
Just because he looks like a Scooby-Doo villain.
He does. He looked so
he's a
his
monster.
Hair was flowing in the wind. It looked almost
his
but it was
long
just
white
all
hair.
Crazy.
He's got the eyes of death.
Yeah, they just stare into your soul because his eyes are so dark.
Dude, my dad went to the McLaughlin house. He toured it. He showed me a picture of him. He's have you seen this dude? He looks like the scariest motherfucker. And then I was like, let's Google his wife. She is so ugly. I'm
really?
Oh. She's the ugliest woman I've ever seen.
Worse than him?
Yeah. My dad's
the female version of him?
Yeah, my dad's oh, that's why he looks like that.
Man, you guys are mean.
She drove him insane. They're
Savage.
dead. They've been dead for
over
100 years.
When you see what he looks like, it's rough.
Yeah, it scared me. Gave me nightmares.
Honestly.
If we were just walking down the street and he came out of an alley.
Oh. If we saw his ghost in that house.
Dead. No.
We'd drop dead.
No.
No.
Podcast done. Gonna start going to church.
He's one of the founders of the Northwest. He just killed a shit ton of people.
I'm probably.
Maybe. I bet he killed a bunch of Indians and stuff.
Oh, well, I feel
by the time,
all the founders did.
By the time we got here, they were kind of destroyed just by germs anyway.
This guy seems extra soulless.
Yeah, he seems
He's so extra.
He's pretty extra.
You can just see it in his eyes. He doesn't have a soul. It's just nothing deep down.
He had to build his big self-named mansion.
That's goals, though. To have a mansion.
The Hayley house. Chapman.
No, I don't know.
Should we not say our last names? We never said our last names on here.
I don't care. Follow me on Instagram.
What up?
I don't care. My name is so common.
At Hayley Chapman.
You don't know how to spell my name.
You spell your name different, though.
Yeah, there's a million different ways to spell Hayley.
Hayley.
Or there's
Stalker.
Hallie.
Just
Please follow me on Instagram. I post pictures of my cat. She's cooler than me.
Nora with a P.
Yeah, with the silent P.
I love it.
Thanks. I don't know.
well, since you're talking about Instagram, why don't you toss out those plugs?
Follow our Instagram. It's at Northwest Mystery Show, just spelled with an NW. We post such good shit on there. Honestly.
We post mainly memes that we make ourselves, or that we find that we wish we would have made ourselves.
That one about the demons trying to get you, and you're like, good luck, I'm under 7 blankets.
That's me.
That's
every
my
night
life.
Before I go to bed.
I'm under them because I'm cold, but also it's like...
But also...
It helps with the demons.
If I'm under all these blankets, they won't know I'm here.
They'll never get you.
No.
There's no way.
And your back is like to the rest of the room.
They'll
never know that you're there.
In horror movies, when they slide the blanket off you slowly when you're asleep, what are they going to do that 7 times with like 7 heavy?
They'll get tired of it. They'll be like, geez, sleep with less blankets.
They'll be like, God damn, bitch.
Yeah, and you know they're the reason that your room is cold.
Yeah.
Because
those motherfuckers.
It's your own fault. You played yourself.
My room is the coldest room in the house all the time.
So is mine.
My family can't figure out why.
Mine is too.
Ghosts.
It's ghosts.
Yeah. It has to be.
You should maybe exercise your room.
Should I have another exorcism?
The first one didn't work.
Clearly.
Oh. Maybe we should both. For my birthday this year, you can get me an exorcism.
Should we throw holy water at each other and just see if we're good?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, just test it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when Sam and Dean have to test people, they're like, we can't tell.
Yeah, or like maybe we can draw like salt circles to see if we can get through, and then throw holy water at each other.
Yes.
Douse each other in holy water.
Dude.
Yeah, we should do that.
Let's do like a live episode where
we just throw holy water at each other.
Well, how about we fill up water balloons with holy water?
I have this idea. I really want to buy one of those like cheap plastic kiddie pools, you know, and then I want to buy like a giant inflatable, like one of those like giant inflatable like turtles that they have, and just float in that all summer, because I think it'd be really funny to have like this giant inflatable in this tiny pool. We'll just do that, but we'll fill it with holy water. And then we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. It's all just one big experiment, really.
Yeah, that's what life is. Just one long experiment.
I hope neither of us are possessed, because that's going to be a pain in the ass.
Demons take the wheel. I know, if
Jesus is out, demons are in.
If like this is me possessed, what's me not possessed? Because I always thought it was just like up from here.
Honestly, like
I don't know, man. Can it get worse?
I don't think so. Should we just bring in more demons at this point?
Yeah, maybe bring in some different demons.
Make it a party.
If they bring something new to the table, let's bring them in.
Yeah, can we like interview demons, like a job interview?
Yeah, let's do
it. So what's your experience? What do you have to offer? What are you looking for long term?
Have you seen Deadpool 2 yet?
No.
Oh, I
haven't
saw
seen
it.
Deadpool 1, to be fair.
So they are trying to build like a team of superheroes, so they interview people who have superpowers to be on their team.
They're trying to build X-Force, right?
Yeah, X-Force.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, we don't want to be X-Men. That's very like sexist. We're trying to be like more inclusional. So we're X-Force.
X-Force.
Like the name does not catch on. And the whole team dies.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty great.
Really?
Spoiler alert.
I haven't seen it.
Oh.
Too bad.
Like
It happened. The whole thing happens within 5 minutes. You're not going to give a shit.
Cool. I'm not going to give a shit anyway. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
I'll just I'm going for the lols.
The movie it's funny. It's not a good movie.
Really?
Yeah.
It isn't as good as the first one?
I didn't really like the first one either.
I haven't seen the first one.
I really like the first one.
The first one to me was just okay, and it's like an origin story, so it's pretty standard.
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
That's what it is.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. But it also had Gina Carano in it, so you can't go wrong there.
The standout from Deadpool 2, there's this chick Domino. Her superpower is she's just really lucky.
Yeah.
So nothing can go wrong for her.
Why'd they make her look like fucking Barf from Spaceballs, though? Because originally she's got like imagine if you painted yourself white and then put a black spot over your eye.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a Dalmatian.
Like a domino with one pip.
But then she's black and they give her like a little white spot.
I don't
okay.
know why they did that.
She's the best part of the fucking movie. At one point, she needs to like, she's driving the car and she needs to go back and help them. She's like, Luck, take the wheel, and just gets up and goes back to fight. And the car like drives itself because she's so lucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's her mutant power. Is
And
she's lucky.
And they don't believe her
really
that it's a
works.
real power. And she's like the best part of the team.
Yeah, because it really works. She'll run into a firefight and just kind of, I mean, she's very skillful as well. This is, I read comics. She's very skillful as well, and she can ninja kick the fucking damn rabbit, but
Yeah.
she's also really lucky.
Yeah. Like they'll start firing at her and the gun will just like jam every time.
Wow.
It's great. I wish that was my power.
To just be lucky all the time.
Yeah. You know when people are like, what's your superpower if you could have one?
Mm-hmm.
That's my new answer.
Really?
Is luck.
I don't know what mine would be. I've never.
God, I could use some luck.
Yeah.
I had a friend who posed that question. He had the best answer I've ever heard.
What?
So if anyone's ever insulting him, he has the best comeback of all time at the time. Like they're like, oh, you're fat nerd, and he's like, oh, your mom, and their like fucking head explodes.
Just like a comeback so good they
So
can't
good.
even
Whatever
say
it is,
anything.
he's just boom. They quit. They just quit life right there.
It's pretty good.
Best comebacks of all time instantly.
Okay, I would
It's
take
not
that.
bad.
Just because we're
Yeah.
petty.
I'm so petty.
I want to have the last word every time.
Oh my gosh, I know. I kind of realized that lately. Just in things, and you're like, oh, that's not the way it's gonna be.
The meme you posted about, like, I guess we have to wait here till we die.
Oh my gosh, I hate that.
Do you do that?
Yeah,
Hayley.
because like, listen, the parking lot at my college is the worst, and people like when they see you walking out of class, they'll follow you. And it's like, what if I have text to send? What if I have time in between class, so I want to sit in my car?
Maybe I want to eat in my car.
I used to take naps.
Yeah,
in
so
between.
like I'm
if
just
I had
gonna.
like an hour
Yeah,
between classes.
yeah, you just go sit in your car.
Sometimes I like eat or read in my car.
Yeah,
To be fair, the parking lot at every college is the worst.
yeah, that's true.
That's
I
true.
mean, that can be like any college.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
definitely off. It's part of the contract. All right, we're gonna put out this new college. Make sure that we have room for X amount of students and
Yeah.
have 1/3 of X amount of parking.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, there's so much space to add parking lots, but no. I think they really want to push like carpooling and
Well, they
taking buses and biking.
A lot of times they'll have extra space because they want to eventually get bigger and build new buildings.
They need a parking garage.
Yeah, stack it
For
up.
real.
Stack it
Yeah.
up.
I don't understand why colleges don't do that, honestly.
I know it would make so much sense.
But they don't make sense. Colleges
No, college
don't
doesn't make sense. Drop out.
That's our advice.
Drop out of college. It doesn't make sense.
So, do you guys want to give any shout outs? No?
No.
We got wow, you fucking...
Ice cold.
Yeah, that's why I'm so cool.
You've been making friends with other podcasters now that you're on
Have you?
Instagram podcasting.
I've been following a lot
Let's
of
give some shout outs.
other podcasts.
Shout it out.
2 Girls, 1 Ghost.
Okay.
They're cool.
Okay.
There's one called like That's Weird.
Okay, that's
podcast.
enough. That's the worst name I've ever heard. But go watch it.
These are all podcasts run by 2 girls, which is what we are. So
Hey.
Did you sign like a what do you call it? An email chain so that
no.
every one with 2 girls.
No.
No.
I just follow a lot of them and they happen to be run by 2 girls. I think it's pretty common.
I think women are going to take over podcasting.
Honestly, I'm
We
here
don't need
for
men.
it. I don't think we do.
No.
Sorry, you're out.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Podcast is over.
Yeah, exactly.
He's only providing us with all of the equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other plugs do you have? Because I don't remember
Uh,
all of them.
Shout out to my friend Michael, who made our theme song. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks.
We like it.
Yeah.
You don't have any shout outs, do you?
Shout
It
out.
doesn't have to be
to-
relevant to the podcast. Just give someone, anyone, ever. Shout out to the person who taught me to wink.
Shout out to my cat,
Yeah.
Nora.
With a P.
She's not gonna watch this.
We
With a
don't
P.
know that. Yeah, with the silent P. I don't know. Shout out to my mom, who won't ever see
Oh,
this.
Jesus.
Shout out to my friend Augie who made our logo.
Thanks,
It's
we like it.
really good.
We like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the White Eagle, who were very accommodating when we
Yeah.
went there.
They were great. We're gonna stay the night there at some point, so
Yeah. You're gonna see all the ghosts.
We're gonna take a Ouija board.
We're
No,
not
we're
gonna take a
not.
Ouija board. Maybe we'll
Let
take
this
the
go.
board game Clue. I don't know, but not a
It's the same
Ouija
thing. It's the
board.
same thing.
Is it?
any board we bring, they're gonna be moving shit on it.
We can bring. I have Haunted Mansion Life that I got at Disneyland a long
Is that
time
a board
ago.
game?
Yeah.
I'll bring that.
We
Bring that.
can play Life.
We're doing that.
Yay.
We'll live stream our whole night
Yeah.
at the hotel.
Gonna take some tarot cards. Get a reader with
Oh,
us.
So on my trip, I went to the Winchester Mystery House and I bought some tarot cards in their gift shop.
Do they have guns on them?
Hayley.
No, it's like a dream themed set. It's really pretty.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I
I'm
should have
so
brought 'em.
jealous. You should. Next time.
Next time I'll
Next
bring
time,
them.
bring them.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this whole time it was recording.
No.
I'm the worst. Gonna start it now.
I'm not redoing it.
No, you don't have to redo anything. Just
Not
continue
gonna
with
do
the podcast.
anything.
By
So
the way, not cutting this audio out.
That's fine.
So Hayley took a trip.
I took a trip. I'm back. I'm cooler than ever. Kinda.
You got cooler on the trip.
I did. I got cooler. I wore a tracksuit.
You did in San Francisco.
I did. Yeah. It was
That's
cold.
That's pretty cool.
It was cold.
You've upped your status.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What was
went.
your favorite part about the trip? You saw a bunch of shit.
I did. I really like the Winchester House.
Tell me about the... Fuck the Winchester House.
What?
Tell me about the Clown Hotel.
The Clown Hotel was kind of underwhelming, actually. I was expecting it to be like, in my head, I was like, oh, okay, so all their rooms are going to be shaped like clown heads.
What?
That's what I would
Because
expect.
Clown Hotel,
Yeah.
separate rooms, all shaped
No.
like clown heads. Because in my
Yes.
brain, that's what
Yes.
I came up with.
That's what I want.
That's not what this was. It
Let's
was just
make it.
like, we should.
Let's make it.
You guys could probably get
We'll
some
add it to
investors.
our
When-
tourist traps, because I have a list now of tourist traps that I want to make.
When we get like money to burn, and
When
just-
we're both rich widows,
yeah.
which will hopefully happen within
Wait,
the
what?
next few years.
Poor Anthony. Did you just kill off my boyfriend?
No.
Yeah, I think you did.
No, I didn't.
He ain't rich, so you're gonna have
No,
to marry someone else.
he's like
Anthony's
your
gonna,
side hoe.
Yeah,
He's my-
he's gonna benefit from your.
Yeah. He'll be a rich widower.
He'll be.
That's not how it works.
I'll be a
No,
rich.
it isn't.
I'll
He'll
be,
be a
how it
step
works.
widower.
I'll be a rich widow, and he'll
And
be my
then-
side piece.
Yeah, there you go. So it'll all work out, don't worry. But like the Clown Hotel was for sale for a long time actually, and I don't think it's for sale anymore. But like one of the first signs that you see for it says biker friendly, and it's like this clown on a motorcycle. But it's really old. It's clearly very dirty, and right next to it, like 5 feet from the registration building, is a cemetery.
Yes.
A very, very old cemetery.
So this is 100% a haunted
yeah,
clown
it's
hotel.
It's in Tonopah,
in the
which is
middle of the desert.
the middle of nowhere in Nevada on the way to Reno. And it's just, I don't get it. There's like these clowns like on the door for like the room numbers, and there were so many cars in the parking lot.
So creepy.
And
It
you-
sounds. I don't know about haunted, but definitely scary.
Yeah, it's
Like,
scary.
you might-
I don't know if
you
it's
might
haunted.
lose a kidney.
Yeah, well, you're gonna need to get several tetanus shots after leaving.
So, Hayley posted photos of it on
Yeah.
Instagram, and someone was
Check it
like,
out.
"Oh, I think this is they film a lot of porn at this place."
Yeah, she's like adult films, and I was like, oh my god, that makes so much
Good
sense.
thing you
though.
didn't. Haley didn't stay the
I
night there.
didn't stay there. No,
just,
we just
so we're
stopped.
You
clear.
didn't shoot any porn there.
No, I didn't know.
I think you could
Missed
have a new
opportunity,
career.
really.
Yeah, I mean, I do it elsewhere, but just not there.
Yeah, missed
Yeah.
opportunity.
Obviously. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Where else did you go?
Oh, I went to Arizona. I saw Justin Timberlake. There were no ghosts there.
With your mom.
Yeah, with my mom. She was the one who wanted to go,
I love your mom.
and I was
Was
like,
he haunted?
okay, no, good dancer.
Was
he-
it
was he a-
spooky how
was
hot
he a
he was?
Sasquatch?
He's not a Sasquatch.
Is he,
I
is
did
he
see.
probably a serial killer?
I did see a lot of red flannel because like his thing is like man of the woods and like bringing the outdoors in, which I had this idea. I was like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if you like released thousands of mosquitoes into the arena
Stop
or
it.
like rode a live bear? And my mom was like, no, and he didn't do those
What if he
things.
rode somebody in a bear costume?
That would be so like one of his
Yeah.
dancers.
Was just in a bear costume.
That would be amazing.
There behind him, there's like a forest, but then halfway through
was-
they
I-
start dancing.
there
And
was
I got to
trees.
give a shout out to my friend Trish, who as soon as she heard that, went and bought a bear costume.
What?
Justin
she?
Timberlake's her thing.
Really, is she gonna go to one of his shows? He'll be in
She
Portland.
definitely stalks him.
in
She's
November.
definitely been to some of his shows.
Is she gonna go to a show in the bear costume?
In flannel?
Now that you said that, yes.
Flannel bear.
I hope she
Oh my
does.
gosh.
Do
Yeah.
it.
There was grass on stage, though.
Yes!
And some trees.
This is such an interesting
Lame.
direction for him.
I know. It was like...
Is he an outdoor guy? I don't see
He's
that.
from Tennessee, and now he's really aggressive about the fact that he's from Tennessee.
Just now all of a sudden.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm not making a country album. And I'm like, well, this album sounds kind of... like, you have Chris Stapleton on this album. Who likes Chris Stapleton?
Chris Stapleton's like country pop.
Justin Timberlake does.
Apparently, and I'm not
I
a
like
fan.
Chris Stapleton.
Really? I don't like
But I
country
like
music.
country.
I don't like country music at all. So, like, his new album, I only like a few songs, but he did a lot of his old songs. He did mostly his old songs.
Thank
In
God.
sync as well.
No, he didn't do any in
He didn't do It's Gonna Be May.
Even though it was like May 2nd when we saw the show, he didn't do it.
Tragic.
I was bummed.
I bet he fucking hates that meme.
Oh, he has to. I saw this video of
I
him.
don't know. I bet you he loves it.
I think
he
he's
seems like
in
the
on
kind of
the
guy.
joke.
Yeah, he did this interview like in the UK somewhere where he sang like "Hey" instead of "May," but he did it in like the high pitched thing. So I don't think he hates it.
No,
Everyone else hates it.
He seems like the kind of guy that appreciates it.
I think he's like a
But who
fun,
knows?
chill guy.
Yeah, he seems like it. He takes a lot of selfies. He does shots on stage. Like his band
goals.
does a shot of tequila.
I love that.
Do you think it's really water and he's just?
I
faking
think
the
it
funk?
was because we went to like 4 shows on his last tour, and someone, because we were pretty close to this stage last tour that we went to, and someone was like, "No, it's just water because it's bad for his vocal cords."
Oh, true.
So it's just
And I
like
bet
a
he
shot
needs
of water.
water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he dances and sings, and he sounds pretty good live actually. Like I've been to some
I think
concerts
he can
where
really sing.
yeah, they just live is not.
My first
It's
ever
rough.
concert, I was like, what the fuck is this?
What was it?
I went and saw Augustana in the Maine.
Oh, okay.
I was like in middle school.
That's so much cooler than mine.
What was yours?
Jonas Brothers.
Oh my god.
I was like 11.
Haley, I'm dead.
Yeah, it was me and my cousin Jacqueline. We went and saw the Jonas Brothers.
Oh my god.
At the Tacoma Dome.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
I went and saw like 2 small bands at the Wonder Ballroom. It was like super hipster.
Yeah, it's so much cooler than mine.
Yeah. I went with my dad. My dad goes to see like cool bands, so
Oh, really?
yeah. My dad's a little hipster.
Is he?
Yeah. He's like, I only go see like small indie bands at small venues, and I drink craft beer. Like, that's my dad.
Of course. I'm not surprised. That makes your personality make sense now.
Everything makes a lot of sense all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Where else did you go?
So we went to Alcatraz,
Yes.
which was really cool. There are a lot of birds there. Like
You saw a seagull fight?
I did. I saw a lot of bird fights. That was exciting.
You should have like been betting on them. Like,
I know, I should have, but like I was really afraid of getting pooped on because there were so many birds. It was like the birds took over Alcatraz.
that's a genuine concern.
Yeah, it was kind of gross. But it was cool. It was really weird. It's like a self-guided tour. You can do like the audio tour. That's how you get into like the main building, but like I didn't do it cuz I kind of hate tours like that.
Yeah.
But you can like see all the cells, and you could go into like the registration area and like the shower area. It was really weird.
Did you see any ghosts? Was there anything like cool you can tell us about Alcatraz?
No, it was empty.
Ugh.
It was just empty.
I wish they still kept people there.
Really?
Yeah.
They actually had
It's so dramatic.
One of the like last prisoners that was there before they shut Alcatraz down. He wrote a book about it, and he was in the gift shop. And you could like talk to him. He was really old though and kind of creepy. So I
like that he profited off
steered clear.
Alcatraz.
I know. Like
honestly.
locked him up for years, and now he's making money.
Like, I'm gonna make money off you bitches.
That's the best way to do it though.
I respect that.
Yeah, because everyone who went to Alcatraz was there because they escaped from other prisons. So make
They're
that
like,
money.
Try to escape this one.
Yeah.
How many people actually did escape from
I don't know.
Alcatraz? They didn't tell you there?
I have a little like map thing. I should have brought it, but I bought a book called Ghosts of Alcatraz. I still haven't read it, and then I also got a little thing about like escapes from Alcatraz that I never looked through.
Haley.
I know. It was early. I have a video from Alcatraz that I haven't posted on our Instagram yet
Okay,
because I've been saving
I
it.
need you to provide me with photos.
So I will.
of
I'll
all
do
of
that.
this so that
I'll
I
do
can
that
post
like
them
tonight or tomorrow.
Do it tonight.
I'll do it tonight.
I'll harass you.
Okay. So like I'll do that.
I harass everyone.
You do. What else did I do?
Regular Weinstein.
I like you better.
That was pretty good. I'll get grabbier, don't worry.
Please don't.
Hey, you want this podcast spot, don't you? I'll make you a star.
You have someone else lined up to take my place in case I say no.
There's plenty of other girls who will do it.
Name one. Name one.
Smaley.
Right.
Maybe
Just me with different
maybe our
color
friend
hair.
Ashley, if she still lives.
Oh, she fell off the face of the
Oh
earth.
God, where is she?
I don't know.
Where are you, Ashley?
So maybe she's at Alcatraz.
Let's write a book about it. Finding Ashley.
Finding Ashley.
She lives
Oh.
around the corner from here.
She could have moved. I don't know.
I hope she didn't.
Later days. So then the only other thing I did that was like ghost related after Alcatraz was the Winchester House.
This happened last time too.
Really?
That's gross.
Creepy.
And then like after we left a day early from Arizona because we were just going to drive straight to Reno, but that was like 11 hours. And my mom was like, no, I don't want to drive that long because she remembers how boring the drive is. So we went to Vegas and that was fun.
What'd you do in Vegas?
We shopped.
That's all you did?
Yeah, that's like I like Vegas, surprisingly.
Did you gamble at all?
My mom did. They have a Titanic slot machine and I played it. It was amazing.
I just high-fived Hayley.
Love Titanic.
She's obsessed with Titanic.
They have a Titanic museum at the Luxor, and my mom was like, it's too far down the strip to go.
Oh, that's just laziness.
I've been to it before, that's the thing.
Okay.
So, like, it hasn't changed, but I love it.
I think you and I should go to Vegas.
We
should see
should.
what kind of shit we can get up to.
We should. Vegas, I love Vegas. It's so much fun.
Vegas is great.
For someone
'cause
who doesn't gamble or drink that much, I love Vegas.
I'll drink, and then you can, like, make sure I don't get, like, blackout.
Maybe.
On the strip.
Yeah.
Well, are you
just
gonna let me
you can
black
just-
out?
You can just sweat it out because it's so hot there and you're walking on the strip. It's
The first time I went there was the end of June, start of July. For
yeah, I went there in
8
August.
days.
See, yeah, we went for
It was 114 in the middle of the night one night. It was bad.
the
Fuck
first time I
that.
went, it was me, my parents, my 2 cousins, and then my Aunt Debbie came, and she wanted to go down to Circus, and my dad's like, no, there's nothing down there. She's like, no, we should go. So we took, like, they have, like, a monorail system. We took that down there, and my dad was pissed because there was nothing at Circus, so he made us walk all the way back.
Did you go on the rides that, like, hang off the top of the
No,
buildings?
those are so old and sketchy.
I've been on those.
At New York.
New
goes
York,
through the
not the
building?
Stratosphere.
The one that
Stratosphere is also gross.
dangles
The
off the
Stratosphere
side
is
and then, like,
gross.
rotates.
That's the Stratosphere.
Stratosphere.
Yeah, I went on that.
Gross.
It was pretty
Yeah,
fun.
I agree.
Ugh, no.
Oh, I like stuff
you can
like
bungee
that.
jump off there too.
Can't
It
you
was
zip line?
I would have done it, but it was a
Yeah.
lot of
I want to
money.
go ziplining.
I think there's some zip lines all throughout Vegas. that's
Yeah,
true.
well, they have like this giant wheel now because they redid like this part of the strip, and it's like I think it's only like $30 or $40 a person, but there's like a full bar in it, and it takes
Let's
a
go.
full 30 minutes to
Let's
go
go
around.
Let's go on it,
Yeah.
Haley.
We need to plan our trip to Vegas.
It's so
We can
cheap
stay
to
at the
fly.
Luxor.
It's so cheap to fly to
the
Vegas.
Luxor is the most beautiful building I've ever seen in my life.
I stayed there. Okay, so the first time I went to Vegas, I was an infant because it was for my mom's 21st, and I was barely a year old.
That's not trashy at all.
This is a
No,
great story.
My mom didn't
Continue.
want to take me
Continue.
because like my dad stayed at home, but my mom didn't want to, and my mom didn't want to take me. But like her mom and my grandmother were like, "No, let's take her." And then I just stayed in the room the entire time with my grandma.
I love this.
Yeah, so I don't really remember it. But the second time when I was 17 and I went, we stayed somewhere off the strip, but we went to the Luxor, and it's really cool. It's like
I believe you can see that light from
Does
space.
it cost a lot to stay there?
no, we were gonna stay there this most recent time. We stayed at Caesars instead, but the rooms were really cheap.
Okay,
So-
I'm gonna let you plan it when we go.
Yes.
I went when I was like 16 with my parents, and they were like so scandalized by Vegas.
Oh, my parents go to Vegas. They're going in October.
Well, they're so conservative, and they'd never been to Vegas,
Mm.
and they were like, they hated it.
My parents
And then-
like Vegas. They like to eat at
I
like all the
couldn't-
fancy restaurants.
Let me just tell you, no one in my family like drank or gambled the whole trip. It's like, what else is there to do
Tons.
except
Yeah,
shopping?
and there's a lot to
There's
do.
a lot to do
There's
now.
shows.
If you-
there's
if
so
you
many.
went-
no, we
different
didn't do
things.
any of that shit.
The
If you went
casinos
20
are
years ago,
amazing.
It was, it's a party city. Now it is a vacation city.
It's definitely more family
Did
oriented.
you not go to the M&M store?
They have the M&M.
How dare you?
They have a giant Marshalls and a giant Ross right on the strip.
I went to the giant H&M.
Three-story M&M's thing.
Okay, I need to go and do everything.
I've been to that
3
giant
stories
H&M.
of M&M.
Haley, we're going.
We're gonna go. I love Vegas.
Mandalay Bay has a sweet aquarium.
I've been to that. They have a water slide that goes right through the aquarium, the shark tank.
Can we go on the water slide?
Yeah, we can.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna stay at Mandalay Bay?
I don't know. We can find something cheap at the end of this trip. Yeah.
Something haunted and cheap.
No.
Oh,
Not something
if we
off
can
the
find
strip.
something haunted.
No.
Haley.
Yeah,
They film porn at a lot of hotels off this trip. It's gross. We're gonna need to
and they
get several
film
tetanus
porn
shots.
Let's
at-
bring our own sheets.
They film porn at the
Listen,
Clown Hotel too.
we're staying at the Luxor or we're not going. My dad has very strict rules when he goes to Vegas, and he
Oh
likes
my
to stay
God.
at this hotel called La Aria. And my mom's like, I just want to stay somewhere different. So we stayed at Caesars, and it was still really nice.
Yeah.
And it's huge.
Is the Aria nice?
Oh, it's so nice. It's one of the newer ones. And like all the newer casinos, you can't smell the cigarette smoke. That's how nice they are.
Oh,
they have like those
that's
fancy
good.
like filtered systems.
Well, the other ones are like ruined by years of smoking.
Yeah. Well, and there's a bunch of new like hotels now that are just hotels. Like they're not casinos.
I'm sure that helps a lot.
Yeah. And they have like this entire new like area like off the strip that's like super nice. Let's move to Vegas.
You want to move to
I want
the
to
south.
move
I know you do.
to the desert so bad.
I want to move further
That's
into the woods.
Thing I've ever heard.
I like the heat.
Haley wants to build a castle in the
I
desert.
do. I want to
in the
build
middle
some
of the fucking desert.
tourist traps so I'll have like steady income.
I'm
And I
gonna
wanna
move
just do nothing.
further into the woods, and you can move further into the desert. And between the two of us, we will
Yes.
build a million.
So you're gonna move
tourist
to
traps.
Bend, Oregon,
Maybe.
Maybe.
because it's both those things.
Yeah, we'll send carrier pigeons to each other.
Yes.
We'll vacation at a lighthouse in the middle of the ocean. It'll be great.
It'll be a new carrier pigeon every time, because every time one arrives, we'll cook it and eat it.
Gross. No, I'm not going to eat a pigeon.
Get on board.
No.
This is a thing.
No, we don't eat pigeons. We eat doves.
What?
That's why all the doves are crying.
Because they're being
Yeah,
eaten.
this is what it sounds
Yeah.
like.
Are we gonna
Ask Prince,
extinct?
he knows.
Are we gonna
Right.
extinct doves ourselves?
I don't know. Maybe Prince already did.
I think
What?
they did that
Rest
with
in
carrier
peace.
pigeons.
They ate them.
They almost extincted them. Yeah, I'm sure they ate
Extincted
them.
them.
Yeah, they almost extincted them.
I don't know.
Everything's going extinct.
We're all just going to
Giraffes
disappear.
Giraffes are on the endangered species
Oh,
list.
no.
Did you hear about the giraffe that murdered that dude?
Oh, what?
He was doing a giraffe documentary, and everyone's like, "Don't get so close to him." And he's like, "Nah, I'm good." And the giraffe said, "Hey, check out this head," but whap!
Well, he shouldn't have been so fucking close.
No, it's an idiot. All right, first story. What
First
you got?
story? I'm going first.
Yeah, we're gonna roll right into
Okay.
Haley's because
Well, like I said, I went to the Winchester Mystery House.
yes,
And this is aptly titled, The Winchester Mystery House Isn't Actually Haunted. You guys are just mean. Because I read
you're
this
salty.
book. I am. I read this book. It was called Ghostland in American History and Haunted Places. And it's about how, like, all these places that we think are haunted aren't actually haunted. And the one that, like, struck me the most was the Winchester House. Because if you watch, like, any travel channel show around Halloween, the Winchester House is always like, oh, it's so scary. It's the most haunted.
And they just made that stupid fucking movie about it, which is
Yeah. Okay, so my mom and I went and we toured the Winchester House. I want to move there. I want to live in my own mansion that's like
Dream
that.
home.
Ugh, it's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And we weren't allowed to take pictures of the inside because they filmed scenes.
Because it scares the ghosts.
No, because they filmed scenes of that movie there, and the production company was like, no, you can't take pictures. And so our tour guide was like, maybe we'll be able to take pictures again next year.
so that you used to be able to.
Yeah, you could take pictures
Oh,
on the inside and
that's so
videos,
stupid.
and now you can't because the production company doesn't want you to have a good time.
And the movie's not even good enough to justify that.
It has Hayley Mirren in it, whatever.
I love her. The movie looks like shit though.
Yeah, no. My mom's like, oh, we have to watch it. I'm like, no, we don't.
I didn't see it. Nobody I know saw it.
Yeah, and it isn't worth watching. So, like, the legend about Sarah Winchester, the house, is that, like, she was this grief-stricken widow. Like, her daughter died and then her husband died. They actually died, like, 16 years apart. So whatever. So she had a seance with this psychic named Adam Coons, who didn't actually exist if you do your research.
So the seance didn't happen?
No, because
Okay.
there's like no proof that he ever actually existed.
Got it.
But in the seance, like the ghost told her that she had to build this house that was to never be like finished or whatever. These ghosts were architectural pioneers, apparently. They were really into architecture, and she just had to keep like building and building. And then so she built like staircases that went to nowhere, there's only one, and doors that went to nowhere, also only one, to like confuse the ghost.
Why do you think she built those?
Well, okay, I'll tell you why.
Okay.
It's all in here.
I'll wait.
So
Should we say this is in California?
This is in San Jose, California.
It's not in the Northwest?
It isn't. It's in Northern California.
And Hayley took a trip there. So
And
we're
I
doing
feel
it.
very strongly about this.
We're doing it anyways. Fight us.
Yeah. We would have done it anyways because this is something that I feel so strongly about.
Suck a dick.
And I want to prove everyone wrong.
Haley just has to get this out.
I'm just so salty about this.
This is
Justice for Sarah Winchester. This is my protest, okay? Everyone has a protest. This is mine.
This is like therapy for you.
I'm going to yell into this microphone. So upset right now.
You basically are.
Okay, so this is the real story. This is about my hero, Sarah Winchester.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was the fifth of 7 children born in New Haven, Connecticut. And there's no existing birth record for her. So they think it's somewhere between like 1835 and 1845. So most sites listed as 1840. Which is pretty weird that there's no like existing birth record.
That is creepy. It adds to the legend almost.
Yeah, it does.
Of course.
Of course. But she was a really smart child, and by the age of 12, she was fluent in Latin, French, Spanish, and Italian. Which
Okay.
I can barely speak English.
I know.
She was also a really talented musician, and she had a strong knowledge of classic literature like Shakespeare and Homer.
She's making us look really bad.
I know. Not Homer Simpson, like Odyssey. And she was called the Belle of New Haven. Oh, which is so nice. And since New Haven, like that area is like Yale and Harvard and like all those Ivy League colleges, she was admitted to Yale's only female scholastic institution, which was aptly called Young Ladies Collegiate Institute.
I love it.
They had such dramatic names back then that they were just like straight and to the point.
Should we have gone to like an all-ladies collegiate school?
Do they still make those?
No.
They do?
Do they?
Oh, I'm sure they do. But
I kinda wanna go to one.
But they're not like,
But they're like,
here, ladies, let's call to you. It's actually learning
Yeah.
legit shit.
yeah, it's not
I'm
like
pretty sure they're
witchcraft.
Female only.
Let's go to
Go
witchcraft
on,
school.
sorry.
Okay. So then her husband, William, was born July 22nd, 1937. Sarah attended the school with William's sister Annie, and like that's kind of how they met. They married in 1862, and William would go on to found the Winchester Repeating Arms Company, aka the guns that won the West.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they got all their money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is. And that's also where Sam and Dean from Supernatural got their last name.
And the fucking Winchester rifle. Oh my god.
Yep.
That like is around forever until it's not.
Yeah. So in 1866, Sarah gave birth to her only child, a daughter, but she died 40 days after she was born because she had, I think it's called marasmus, which is like your body can't metabolize proteins, and it's from like really bad malnutrition. So she died, unfortunately. And then like 16 years later, William dies of TB. And then,
everyone was dying of TB though.
Yeah, that was the prime time to die of tuberculosis.
It was almost trendy.
Yeah, it was like what everyone was doing. The yellow fever.
Isn't that consumption? When people died of consumption, it was TB.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, yellow fever, TB, same thing.
I think they're all the same thing.
Yeah. In 1885, so Sarah kind of like, she traveled a lot and she like went around the world. And then in 1885, one of her sister's husbands got a job teaching at a college in San Francisco. So her and her 2 sisters and their families moved to San Jose.
I'm trying to sneakily eat this taco.
They moved to San Jose where she bought an 8-room farmhouse and she was gonna make it bigger so all their family from back east could come out here. And since she had like the most stable fortune because she inherited all of like William's money and all of his family's money, so she was gonna do that. And like,
so either way, she was gonna build a big ass house.
yeah, she was gonna build a huge house.
And this is back when people had big families, so it's not like
Exactly
the legend where it's like she lives alone in this giant mansion. Like,
yeah, and she didn't live alone.
no,
She didn't. No, okay. So her net worth at the time.
Jesus. Is this your first day? Wow. Podcast much?
I'm eating this taco so fucking loud.
It's so loud.
Can everyone hear?
Gross.
Even if they download the podcast but never push play, they heard.
They can hear it in other episodes.
I'm sorry.
So her net worth
I'm
was
not
around $1,500 a day, which is $32,000 in today's money.
That's fucking money.
Yeah, she was bringing in that cash, raking it in.
No wonder she's your hero.
See, I told you, I want to be a rich widow.
Rich widow. That's where it's at.
The fact that I've made it 21 years and I'm not a rich widow is upsetting.
We gotta find some old guys.
See, that's the thing, though.
I
It's like, I don't...
I believe it's called sugardaddies.com.
I know. I've been on it.
What?
No, I've like checked it out. I checked it out. I know what it is.
I have so much more respect for you now.
I checked it out
dude
with
in the area got shot the other day from some girl that went off of it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. He said, I don't know, Emily, don't shoot.
I was talking about some girls I go to school with.
Mm-hmm.
They're both really into like just getting with older men because we've all like given up and we're so poor.
Yeah.
So
That's the millennial way.
we were talking about it at school and then I looked it up. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not like trolling on there
right.
for
Yeah.
a sugar daddy.
I don't believe you.
I have a boyfriend. You think I'm gonna get a sugar daddy?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I love you, Anthony.
Okay, well, Sarah Winchester didn't need one, and that's goals.
Oh, because she is every single goal.
Yeah, 'cause she married someone that was around her age. And then he died of TB, so like goals. So her brother-in-law ended up getting a job in North Dakota, and then her other sister and brother-in-law moved to San Francisco, but they left their daughter Marion to live with Sarah. So a lot of people think that she was like this crazed widow living in this mansion by herself, but she wasn't because Marion lived there. And we actually got to see her room on the tour, and it's referred to as, I don't think it's called just the China room, but it may have been called just like the China room because of the patterns on the walls, like the wallpaper. It was like this ornate silk, and it was like imported from China. Also, so our tour guide, it was a really small group. It was me and my mom, this girl and her boyfriend, and like these other two ladies. And he was telling us about this wallpaper, and it's like embossed wallpaper. It's like this it's really beautiful wallpaper. And he's like, the only other two places that it is the White House and the Titanic. And the boyfriend of the girl was like, oh, it's a shame it isn't there anymore. And the guy's like, oh no, it's still there. And the guy was like, really? Like the joke went like right over his head.
Oh my god.
It was so funny.
Of course you got it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it is.
It's still there.
I love the Titanic.
Haven't they talked about like bringing it up?
Not anymore because
It's too far gone.
because the salt, like the exposure to the salt would just make it disintegrate.
Yeah.
It would just crumble. If the
Yeah,
dog
I've had
gets
so
surface.
many Titanic dreams though. Like we could do an entire episode of
Are you
all the
serious?
dreams about Titanic that I've had. I've had so many. It's concerning.
Have you ever personally had any sort of experience with any sort of occult, ghost, anything?
Not that I know of.
You don't have a good story?
Good.
I mean,
then,
I
then
have-
you didn't miss anything last week.
I have one, but it's not really like a good story.
Yeah, I told 3 of those.
He told 3 like okay stories.
No, they
I
were not
didn't-
even okay.
I didn't tell my exorcism
No, we're
story.
gonna save
Okay.
it.
I'm saving it.
She wouldn't do it without you here.
Okay, I know. Well, because I listened to like half that episode.
We should just do one episode that's the story.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
We have an
Episode
exorcism
100.
story.
I have a couple stories that people have given me and a couple that people have said they're
Finally.
gonna give me.
Yeah.
I'm still
Right.
waiting on. When I get those,
No.
We'll do that episode.
No.
Oh, I have one that I got
episode
from...
100 is just your story.
Just the exorcism
because
story.
we're going to grill you, and it's going to last 3 hours of just us asking you the questions about it.
He wants me to bring my mom on, but my mom and I have never discussed it.
Oh.
She doesn't.
Which makes it even better, right?
She doesn't know that I know that it happened. Because she did it in the middle of
the
night.
podcast, and we'll confront her.
She thought
my God. Episode 100.
We're going to confront her mom.
Deal?
Yes.
Family intervention.
Or maybe episode 30 as you
that'll be our 100, episode 30. Okay, back to my story.
Don't you think I should have brought that up with her in therapy like years ago?
Yeah. Yes, but the podcast is now your therapy.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you saved it.
You have to live with that.
I'm glad you saved it because it'll be special.
She's never coming on here.
We'll call her.
We'll
put her on speaker.
Oh, God.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Where was I? Okay, so at this time, there were no female architects because this was like 1800s, hella sexist. And so
typical for the time, though.
Yeah, like the most famous female architect of like the 20th century was Julia Morgan, and she hadn't even applied to architecture school in Paris. Even though they started accepting female students in 1897, she had to apply 3 times before getting in, which is stupid. And she almost made it in on the second time, but they lowered her score because they didn't want her to encourage young girls. What the hell, France?
Those fucking bastards.
God, you guys are jerks.
They're like, if we let one in, more will come.
Yeah, but Morgan did go on to design the Hearst Castle. So suck it, Paris.
She's a bad bitch.
Yeah.
We love her.
Yes, we do. But so in the book, there was this really great quote, and it just says, "Ghosts flock to women left alone."
What?
I know, it's so dramatic. True, but dramatic.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Hey, do you want to write a horror movie? Step 1, that.
Ghosts flock to women left alone.
It's true.
So part of the I don't really know if it was like, I guess it was kind of like a hatred that San Jose had for Sarah Winchester, which started all these rumors.
People didn't like her?
They didn't like her because she was seen as a recluse, this woman like living alone in this giant mansion.
Eccentric, rich widow.
Yeah, well, she did donate to charity. She just did it anonymously.
Oh.
Because she's nice, and she didn't want to be like, guess what I did, bitches? Like,
bragging about it.
Yeah, but I typed 83 instead of 38. Or no, I didn't even 18. You can tell I did this when I was tired because I typed May 19th 83 instead of 1883.
Get it together, Hayley.
I know. But so
you're bringing this podcast way down.
Oh, am I taco eater?
You're getting called out.
That means 2 things.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that.
So the United States suffered the worst economic depression it had until the Great Depression. Like, unemployment was 14%. There was 500 bank failures and 1,600 business failures.
Meanwhile, she's rich as fuck.
Yeah,
building
so
her
she
mansion.
has all this money and she's building this mansion, and the citizens of San Jose were like, excuse me? Because she was like the 1% that they hated.
She's the 1%.
Yeah, she was the one. It was just her. She was the one.
She was just the one.
She was the one.
She was like probably the target of all their hatred.
Yeah, so in 1895, there was an article posted in the San Jose's Daily News. It was anonymous, like the author was anonymous, and it was titled, "Strange Story, a woman who thinks she'll die when her house is built." That's what it was titled.
Do you think that's true, or are they just shit talking?
Well, here's what the article says. 10 years ago, the handsome residence was apparently ready for occupancy, but improvements and additions are constantly being made. For the reason, it is said that the owner of the house believes that when it is entirely completed, she will die. Yeah. Mrs. Winchester and her niece live alone in the great residence, and its doors are all closed to all but a few. The tapping of the carpenter's hammers never disturbs them in their many and luxurious quarters. Yeah. Which are far removed from the sound as if it were somebody else's house that was being built. So this is literally where, like, the legend of her being, like, this crazed, superstitious widow started.
I feel like they're just attacking her because she's rich.
Because she's rich. She's, like, they don't know about, like, the nice things that she's doing. She doesn't have any social circles. It's just her and her niece.
This makes me feel bad for her.
Yeah, like, it's so sad. And she didn't have any friends to, like, defend her.
Yeah.
But there was one person who did, and it was 2 years later. The article was called Only Gossip, No Truth in the Story of the Winchester Place. And the argument just said it was just, like, rural rumors, and there was no truth in it. Sarah was very level-headed, and it's just all complete nonsense.
I mean, how old was she at this time?
I don't know. See, it was like,
how old was she when she started the house? Like,
oh, maybe she was born in like 1840, and this was like 1890. So maybe like late 40s, early 50s.
So not even that old.
No. She's just chilling, minding her own business, and people are mad about it.
I think she's got all this extra money. You know, she doesn't have like a lot of friends and shit. I think she's just bored.
Yeah.
So she's building.
She is. That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
She's just trying things and experimenting. Because like we've already established that she's smart.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't she? Like, it's just kind of like a phase.
If I had like money to burn, like I was that crazy rich.
Yeah, at that time.
That's
and
what I would
there's
do too.
nothing else for women to do at that time.
Yeah, what's she gonna do? She's not gonna like vacay.
Yeah,
like,
what is she gonna do? Do like a really elaborate cross stitch? Wow.
Oh, wow.
That'll get them. Like,
That'll
that's
show
exciting.
'em.
Yeah, gonna knit some sweet scarves? Like, no.
You're totally right. She couldn't do anything else, but she
Yeah.
could hire people to build her a fucking mansion.
Yeah, and she even hired two. In the beginning, she hired 2 architects, and then she was like, "No, I want to do this on my own."
She
I
could
love
hire
her.
some fake friends with that kind of money, though.
But that was the 1800s. I don't think they did that
I
back
think
then.
I think she probably didn't want a bunch of people around.
She had her niece. She was fine.
Yeah. She's like us, where she hates people.
Yeah, exactly. She just wanted to be on her own, just chill.
I respect that.
Yeah.
You could never do it.
You can never live alone.
I
I could live alone.
maybe. She definitely couldn't. Emily definitely couldn't.
You couldn't?
No.
I could.
She definitely couldn't.
I could.
If she went like 2 weeks and like she saw no one.
2 weeks is about my limit.
Right? See what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have to live
You'd
in a
have
place
to.
where she... And it's 2 weeks and then give me a month of people again. It's not 2 weeks and then see someone and then 2 weeks.
Anthony's
We'll
only
find out.
Anthony's the only person I can stand to see. Like,
Every day.
yeah.
Thanks.
I see you once a week. That's more than most people.
I know.
Yeah, I feel like
yeah.
she shit talked us just now.
What?
What?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not
She-
dating either of you.
Oh,
so
wow. If we'd podcasted every day, she'd never
She'd
talk to
hate
us
us.
again.
I'd hate both of you.
I would probably be tired of both of you
Yeah.
too, for being honest. I see my parents
To be-
3 days in a row, and I'm like, you guys live
I
here?
don't blame
Oh my
anyone
God.
for not wanting to be around me every day. There's no reason my wife can deal with it. She's a superhero.
It's because you guys are in love.
No. It's 'cause she's a superhero. Even if you're in love with me, no one should be able to spend every day with me. You've met me.
That's how I feel with Anthony. I'm like, why do you want to be around me so much? Like, I'm the fucking worst.
Aw, love.
Are you comparing your don't be around me-ness to mine? Because if you take 100 people that we both know,
Or they make them pick.
yeah, I'm going to be the worst.
I think
100 people, 100%. It's not even like a 60-40. It's not even like a 90-10%.
as I eat this taco into the mic.
Yeah.
I think we
The
both.
taco episode.
I think everyone like repels people in their own way. You know, like
Mm-hmm. And some are stronger than others.
sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally.
Yeah, I get that. I can feel that.
Mine is always unintentionally because I like everyone.
Mine's half intentional.
Mine's
where I'm
always
like,
intentional.
I know, like when you know you're pushing people away, but you can't stop yourself.
Yeah, mine's been intentional for several years.
You're trying to become alone.
Well, I heard my dad on the phone the other day. He was talking to one of his friends, and like I had walked in the room, and so his friend was like, "Oh, how's your daughter?" And he's like, "Oh, she's good." And he's like, "Oh, is she still a lot like you?" And my dad's like, "Yeah, that's one of her redeemable qualities. She just hates everyone."
Oh my god.
I was like, I feel like my mom would disagree with the redeemable quality part, but yeah, we're a lot alike. My
No,
poor
like-
mom.
Hey, your dad sees that as a plus, and your
Yeah.
mom's like, oh, this
And my
is like
mom's
a
like,
like
"Oh, this is
character defect.
who you are as a person." Well, and then she's always like, "Well, it's good I like your dad," because then she's like on our trip, she's like, "I don't even miss your dad,
Oh
but
my
when we go
God.
places, I miss you because like it isn't the same with just your dad."
That's so
Yes.
cute.
My parents are my only friends.
You're really close with your parents, like
I am.
how I'm really close with my dad.
Yeah.
So I get it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm an only child too, so like I don't have a choice.
Well, for a lot of years, my dad was like my best friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad told me I was the second best friend.
What?
And I was like,
Your
who's
mom
the
is the
first?
first?
Yeah. And I was like, ugh, God, whatever. But he just refers to my mom and I as roommates now.
What?
And I was like, am I your favorite roommate? And he's like, you're my favorite roommate that's 5'4". And I was like, I'm still not the favorite.
That means he's on the outside world saying, "Oh yeah, my roommates." He's talking to
does.
other girls.
No.
Yeah, he's
No.
talking to other women.
No.
My roommates, not my wife and child. My roommates.
No.
No,
Right?
no.
I'm telling you, that's the move though.
No.
That's another thing.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. But he always tells people that I'm different ages.
Is it as good as the exorcism story?
No. No. But he like tells his coworkers that I'm like 38 or like 14.
No.
Yeah. He can't make up his mind.
38 or 14 is the best description for you I've ever heard.
Yeah, I have so many stories about my dad.
Haley, you could be 38 or 14.
I could. I look like I'm 14, but on the inside, I'm in my mid 40s.
I got my bangs cut today, and the haircut lady was like, how old are you? And I was like, I'm 24. And she's like, oh, wow. Yeah, I couldn't believe
People
it.
are constantly like, how old are you? Like when I'm at the airport, because I guess at certain airports, if you're 18 or under, you don't have to go through the metal detectors. So I was at LAX and the security guy's like, how old are you? And I had to think about it. I was like, 20. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, I should have said 17.
You should have.
But yeah, I get asked all the time.
I can't remember that I'm 24. I keep forgetting.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just, like, I'm starting to grasp the fact that I'm 21, but I'll be 22 soon.
21's the only age that I ever really remembered. I was like, I'm 21.
I still feel like I'm 17.
I know.
Ugh.
The only reason I don't feel like I'm 17 is because I look at high schoolers and I'm like, thank God I'm older than you.
Well, see, it's so weird because I'm like, I feel like I'm 17 and then I spend time with 17-year-olds. And I'm like, no, I'm 21. And then I spend time with 21-year-olds. I'm like, I don't know what I am.
You're like 38.
I'm like,
that's your issue.
Yeah, I don't know. Ugh. Okay.
So on the inside, we're old men.
I feel like we belong in the 1800s.
Just, I found a really good meme about that. I'm going to send it to you.
Okay.
I saved it for you.
Good. Post it on our Instagram.
It's about how the Victorian era was the greatest time to be alive.
Oh my gosh. Unless you are a woman, I guess.
True.
Which we are. But I want my job to be no job.
I like our coordinated deep sigh.
That was really good.
Over being women.
Yeah,
that was a
good.
moment.
Aw.
We're proud of ourselves.
We're so proud. Back to Sarah.
Yes.
So remember the door and the stairs that go to nowhere that I was telling you about?
Yeah.
Okay, so in 1906, there was like a huge earthquake and it damaged part of the house. And those are the areas that it damaged. She never had it fixed. She just had the damaged floors sealed off.
So they did go to somewhere.
They did, yeah. And there was actually like this I think it was like a 7-story bell tower that got taken down because it got damaged and she just didn't want to fix it. And she was actually in the house when the earthquake happened and she got trapped in a room, which we've got to go in that room. It was really cool and it hasn't been fixed. Like none of the front rooms after the earthquake were used in the house.
Oh,
and
weird.
the front door has only ever been used like 2 or 3 times because it was never used after that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the earthquake like really freaked her out. So she made sure the rest of the house after that was like earthquake proof and the house wasn't any taller than 4 stories.
She was like an early earthquake prepper.
Yeah, she
in
was
California.
like, been there, done that, no thanks.
I love it.
Yeah. So one of the other rumors, and when I found out about this, it made me laugh really hard. So there's this blue room in the house, and it's actually a really weird room because all the other rooms that you go into, there's like 1 or 2 entrances and exits. This one, there's only 1 entrance and exit that you know of. But then you open like up this cabinet that locks, and once it's locked, you're stuck, and then there's a door on the other side.
Yes.
Which is amazing.
Haley.
But so like they tell you this really dramatic story about how like the seance room is the blue room and she used to lock herself in there for hours. But then in Ghostland, the blue room used to be her gardener's bedroom.
So all of this is bullshit.
100% all is.
You know what we should do? We should have a night where we watch that movie.
we should.
To see how shitty it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you've been there now.
I've been there and I loved it.
Okay.
I want to live there. So
let's watch it.
Yeah. Well, okay. So like at the time, spiritualism was a really big thing, and seances weren't like these things that you would like lock yourself in a room and do by yourself. They were like these big like social events.
Everyone's like, we're going to a seance.
Yeah, that was like the thing to do back then, especially like among women. It was like really popular.
What else do they have to do?
Yeah,
man?
exactly.
Magic.
Yeah. So the other rumor that Sarah employed workers 24 hours a day every single day is also not true. There are actually 2 surviving letters that she wrote to a friend, and in one of them she wrote that this plaster that she wanted wouldn't be set in the heat of the summer, so she just dismissed the workers until it was cool enough in the winter to do it. And she was also at a point where she was getting older, so she was getting worn out really easily. So she would just like dismiss workmen if she didn't feel like working. So yeah, like none of this is true. She didn't have workers all the time, 24 hours a day. She did pay them very well and treat them very well, but they weren't always there working.
In the movie, they have Helen Mirren as Sarah Winchester, and she's like pretty old.
Yeah.
Is that how old she lived to be? Like,
there's only one photo of her at the Winchester House, and it's a really crappy photo because it's from like 1922 or whatever. But she lived to be fairly old. I mean, from 1840 to 1922.
Okay. It's pretty old.
That's old. That's like a solid life, I guess.
Okay. Because Helen Mirren's like 70, so I'm just like...
Helen Mirren's pretty old. So a lot of people, well, the guy who wrote this book...
Okay.
That isn't a lot of people, but I agree with him. So, like... the point of her building this house was to like invite her family over, but then like that was just kind of like a thing to keep her family away. I was like, oh, it isn't done yet. You have to stay over there.
So maybe that's the reason it was never finished.
Yeah, which is such a me thing to do.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, be like, oh yeah, you can come over when the house is done, except the house is never gonna be done.
Which is hilarious because they know that she had the money to finish it.
Yeah.
They're like, this bitch.
So Sarah tragically died of heart failure September 5th, 1922, and she actually did die in the house. And we got to go into the room that she died in. None of the furniture in the house is original because after she died, Marion took what she wanted and then just sold the rest. Because like she didn't know that house was going to become a thing.
No.
And
how could she?
There was this family called the Brown family, and they owned a carnival, I think. Yeah, they were carnival workers, and they started holding public tours of the house, and then they eventually bought the property and turned it into the tourist trap that it is today.
So the knees like just dipped.
Yeah, but to do that, they are the ones who really embellished all of the rumors and even made up more stories about Sarah that weren't true, including all of the 13 references. So one thing that the tour guide talks about a lot is like Sarah's obsession with the number 13, and they like pointed out there's 13 coat hooks in the seance room, which I read excerpts of this book called Captive of the Labyrinth, I think, by Mary Jo Ignafo, which is another one of those books that's like about how it's all lies. And the hooks were added within the last 10 years, and all the other 13 references that they point out to you were all added after Sarah died.
So she didn't add any.
So no, that wasn't Sarah's thing. And 2 young men who lived on the Winchester ranch and like former neighbors and workers like tried to tell the press and public the truth after this happened, but like no one wanted to believe them because their marketing was so good of the mystery house, and people will believe what they want to believe anyways.
I think people are gonna come to see it anyway.
Well,
you know.
So here's the thing with the political climate over the last few years and the fact that Sarah made her fortune off of guns, that's added into the story now of how she was like ashamed of it. Yeah, there's this article.
Do you think she was?
No,
I don't think
because
so.
at the time you make your money. It was the gun that won the West. It was like celebrated. This was the 1800s.
I'm sure they were like, you know, kind of celebrities.
Yeah. So there's this article. It's from Motherboard, which I guess is like affiliated with Vice, and it was about it's titled. It has the most dramatic title. It's called The scariest part of the Winchester mansion has nothing to do with the ghosts. And it's all about how, like, the gun thing weighed heavily on Sarah. And it's so millennial and dumb.
Why don't you just fucking shoot me?
Yeah, here's an excerpt
with
from
a
it because I
Winchester
thought
gun.
it was so dumb. The Winchester mansion is not only a crucial part of this history, it is a perfect metaphor for the nation's singular obsession with guns. Sarah Winchester's compulsion to randomly build new wings and floors with no master plan — she had a plan, you idiot — mirrors America's half-hearted band-aids on gun policy, which have never amounted to cohesive vision. I think this was just like one of those opinion pieces.
You're telling me Vice does shitty journalism?
Believe it or not, yes.
Wow.
The author's name was Becky, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god.
I mean, everyone knows.
I mean,
Vice.
I'll back you up 100%.
It's so dumb.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just her opinion.
There's even a little like gun museum of all like the different Winchester models. There's a shooting gallery at the Winchester mansion.
It's an integral part of the history.
Yeah,
of
like
this
she
house.
wasn't ashamed of it at all.
Okay, that's how she made her money.
Yeah.
And she was rich in a time where there weren't like very many rich women.
Yeah,
So
like
get it.
Suck it, millennials.
Stop trying to make everything part of your like social political
I know.
commentary.
Well, it was just so the
But when you get into today's media landscape, they gotta fucking talk so much goddamn gross bullshit just to get clicks.
It's so dumb. So like the author of this article even quotes passages from the Captive Labyrinth book, but she fails to mention how the author of the book was like, this isn't true. Sarah's guilt isn't true at all.
Yeah.
So you just do what you want, I guess. And
tried all of those now.
I'm trying to build a bit of reach.
so the house is listed as like a historical California landmark, which would like make you think that's like nonprofit. It isn't. It's like a for-profit company and still privately owned by the Brown family.
And they're still making money.
Hate the Brown family kind of, because they're just spreading lies. But that's the mystery house, and it isn't haunted.
They're just capitalists.
But they opened it up to the public.
They did. And I do want to live there, and I'm glad I got to tour it. It's really cool, but it
I
isn't
would
haunted.
love to tour it.
It was really cool. And I would do it again. They actually have a longer tour. We only did the hour tour, but they have a 2-hour tour, which you go to different parts of the mansion. But my mom, we did it the same day as we did Alcatraz. My mom's like, I don't know how long Alcatraz is going to take. And then San Jose was like an hour away. So
You and I should go back to the Winchester House.
yeah, we should. It's like my mom and I drove there and like we made it to San Francisco in a day, so we can make it to San Jose in a day.
Yeah. My
Easily.
family did the drive to San Fran in a day, so
Yeah, I've done that drive several times.
we can do it.
We can do it.
Let's do it.
Yes, making
Spooky-
vacation plans on the podcast.
Spooky road trip. Let's hit every tourist trap on the way down.
Yeah.
We'll spend all our money on the gift shops.
I almost did at the Winchester House gift shop. I love a good haunted gift shop.
Yes.
It was great. So yeah, that was the Winchester House.
So you saw 0 ghosts.
I saw 0 ghosts because they don't exist there.
They probably do.
They don't exist anywhere.
Can you take some pics of us
At the Winchester
recording?
House? Yes.
No, take some pics of us recording now for online. We
Yes.
don't have
Yeah,
any
right.
good pictures.
Can we display the wine prominently?
Yeah, display all the wine. Did you spill
Here,
some
we can,
alcohol?
That's condensation, Emily.
Can we like do some poses?
I
of,
never
like,
know.
Just like turning, like uncomfortably turning,
So if you're listening to this, go to the Instagram and look at the uncomfortable photos.
and look
these
at the
will be
photos we're about to take
Very uncomfortable.
because
Let's
we're
do-
awkward and really
let's
bad models.
Do finger guns.
No, no, no.
Yeah, yes,
Finger
yes, yes.
rifles.
Oh.
Finger Winchester rifles. This is prime
All right.
podcasting
I will
material.
take a few pictures and you go ahead and start with the next mystery.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait.
We have to pose.
I want everyone to pay very close attention because I heard that this title
It's gonna
is
be the best.
very important. It's
Oh,
like
is
maybe
it better
the best,
than my
No,
title?
you're-
My
maybe
title
the
was
best
good.
of the entire podcast to date.
Oh, that's not.
That's what I
Was it
heard.
better than
That's
the
what I was
Hex
told
Boy?
I didn't
beforehand.
say-
I don't know.
I didn't say any of this. You
I
guys are
don't know. I
overhyping
wasn't
it.
there.
Was it better than the
I don't
Hex
know
Boy?
anything. I just know what I was
No.
told.
Okay.
It's gonna fall so flat now.
Okay. What is it? Tell me. I'm gonna pose.
I'm sad to even say it.
What is it?
Okay, mine is cloudy with a chance of blobs. Not the best.
That's pretty good.
I said I was excited for you to hear it, not that it
I'm-
was my best moment.
That's exciting. That's pretty good. I mean, it's up there with the Hex Boy.
The Hex Boy is my favorite.
You can keep talking.
I can't talk in finger guns.
Can't talk in finger.
Don't talk in finger
That's
guns.
a lot of things happening at once.
It is. A lot of information to take in.
We can't do that. Oh boy. Yeah, get that box wine. I bought us 3 different kinds of box wine because I couldn't decide.
Wine mom.
I am the wine mom
Suburban wine mom.
of this podcast.
You are. I'm like the orange juice aunt of the podcast.
Have you noticed that all of the podcasts, like half the podcasts out there are like 2 girls, 1 drink, or like dudes,
It's all girls.
dudes and brews? Like, that's a real one.
Really?
Like,
I don't
yeah.
listen to a lot of... Did you know Crystalia has a podcast?
Oh my god, we should listen to it.
I've listened to it. It's great.
Oh.
It's called Congratulations, and it's just like him talking for like an hour.
Yes.
The best.
These are not ones I've listened to. They're just ones that
That you, like, you've
follow.
seen?
We follow them on
Do
Instagram,
we?
and they all follow us back.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if they listen, but thanks.
But I swear, like, every single one of them's like women and whiskey and ghosts. Like
the 3 W's.
one of those is a G.
W.
Whoa.
2 W's. I don't know. My brain is fried.
It's all like
Finish this so I can go home and sleep.
it's girls and creepy shit and alcohol. That's like a constant thing.
That's
so
what today's women want.
we need to up our alcohol intake
Do we?
10 times.
You can up yours for me.
Haley never drinks and
You can
I feel like a
I just-
lush.
Up yours.
I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, up yours, Haley.
Thank you. I don't know how to respond
Up your
to...
nose with the rubber hose.
You need the superhero that gives you the best responses.
I do. I just need to learn how to talk to people. Instead of
Man.
talking at people.
Our
know.
communication skills are like shit.
They're...
This is why we're destined to be reclusive and
Exactly, to be hermits.
Yeah.
They're going to eat a taco again. It's
they
just going to be me on this
shoved
podcast
me away
soon.
from the mic. You guys are gonna make me eat tacos in the corner. I did a nice thing and I bought everyone
I don't know,
tacos.
between recordings.
I had 1 taco.
I had
Let's
one
do
as
this so I can...
You guys only had one?
Yeah, I only had 1.
That
Yeah, it
means
was very
I had
good.
the other
Thank
6. Oh,
Did you get 8?
yeah.
Yeah, well.
I'm a little fatty. Okay.
Fuck
Okay,
you, fatty.
just- Tell me about your mystery blobs.
Okay. This is an actual Northwest mystery. Admittedly, like half of this is also bullshit because a TV show like added all of this.
Oh.
So, pretty standard at this point. It's like almost every episode when we talk about a mystery, half of it's bullshit.
Half of it is just like we made it up till we could have information longer than half a page.
They like added shit to turn it into something more interesting than it is. But mine is cloudy with a chance of blobs. So, in the town of Oakville, Washington, August 7th, 1994. That's the year I was born.
Coincidence? Where is Oakville?
I have no fucking idea.
Okay.
Look that up, Townsy. Oakville, Washington. It sounds like in the sticks. It's definitely like some kind of a farm town. It's like a small town, I think. So August 7th, 1994, sometime around 3 a.m. in this town, it begins to rain.
Like it does every day in Washington almost.
But it's not a normal rain, Haley.
Oh, is it?
It is north of Chehalis, almost to Alma. So
Okay.
if you were to go from here to Aberdeen, you're going to go through it. So you go, as you go north, Chehalis, Centralia, take a left.
That's not
It's on
that
the
far
edge of
from
a
here.
national forest. Aberdeen, as you know, is where Kurt Cobain was from.
Yeah. So I think this
So
is like a
it's-
farming town.
So it's
only an hour and a half.
As far as north-south goes, it's very central, and it's on the left coast, but not on the coast.
That's not that far.
It's only an hour and a half from us.
We could make it,
Oh,
but we
yeah.
won't.
Oh, okay.
We don't need to go there.
We should, because we should do it on the way to the abandoned nuclear power plants that they have there.
I've been thinking about doing that for an episode.
Really?
Yeah.
We can go there.
I forget what
Let's
they're
do
called.
it.
We need to start going places.
Yeah.
Like Alma or something, whatever. It's
Well,
which is
let's-
right outside Aberdeen.
We
Let's
need-
make a list.
We'll make a list.
Yeah. An official one.
Yeah. We'll check it twice.
And then drive to every place.
Yeah.
In Santa's sleigh.
Yeah.
Because you made a Santa joke.
I did. Continue.
Moving on. So there's a police officer who was working that night. He was like chilling in his car. So it starts to rain. He turns on his windshield wipers, and then it starts smearing the substance in the rain across the windows, and he can't see. He's like, what the fuck? So he gets out of the car and like goes out to inspect it. He finds there's all these small mushy little blobs all over. They're tiny translucent gelatinous globs. They're the size of like a grain of rice, but there's a shit ton of them.
I hate the word gelatinous so much.
Your face right now.
It makes me want to die. Gelatin is just gross.
I'll call them jelly then. They're jelly blobs. I mentioned that a lot in this, so get ready.
You know what jelly short for?
Gelatinous.
Okay. Continue.
Take some pictures of her face.
Please continue.
So the ground is like covered in these fucking little tiny jelly rice blobs because it's raining them, right? Mm-hmm. So he's like, okay, fucking weird. By that afternoon, several residents of Oakville became violently ill. They reported
gelatin
from the jelly rain, from the mystery rain. They reported difficulty breathing.
Excuse me, Hayley, please don't say gelatin. We're very sensitive right now.
I'm feeling triggered, Emily.
This is a safe space, Hayley. Don't do that. They reported having difficulty breathing, vertigo, blurred vision, and nausea. Maybe they were just drunk.
Maybe.
Hey. A large number of cats and dogs who came in direct contact with the substance became ill and died. That's the worst part of this story.
That's so sad.
I'm very upset at you right now for bringing up this story.
This is like
and kitty cats.
John Wick right now.
Yeah, we're all so triggered right now.
Everyone hates us. The symptoms were flu-like, and they lasted anywhere from 7 weeks to 3 months. And supposedly this happened 6 more times over the next 3 weeks. So it's just like a
That's weird
event that keeps happening.
Does it always happen at 3 a.m.?
No. I think it's just like...
Is it only in that
random.
one town?
Yeah, it's just in the town. Okay. One of the residents, she lived on like a farm. She took
that's all there fucking is out there.
I really think so, but
yeah, there has to be.
She found a bunch on like her farm's property, so she, I think she or her relatives got sick, so she sends them in for testing, and then the technicians discovered that the globs contained human white blood cells.
What?
Yes.
What?
The mystery deepens.
Gross.
I'm going to continue.
That makes it worse.
Akira!
No.
Gross.
So gross.
The substance was then brought to the State Department of Health of Washington for further analysis. They discovered the gelatinous blobs contained 2 types of bacteria, one of which is found in the human digestive system, but nobody could identify what the substance was still.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
You can't say gelatinous blobs anymore.
No.
Can we just say like these little jelly guys?
I'll say little jellies.
Little jelly boys?
Jelly boys?
Jelly boys?
I'll call them blobs.
Blobs.
Itty bitty jelly beans.
Tiny blobs.
Digestive blobs.
Oh, gross. Oh, you just made it worse.
Did I?
Digestive blobs.
Oh my God. Oh, it's the worst.
Our grossest episode to date.
Jelly blobs, raining jelly blobs.
Oh my.
A nightmare.
I thought this was going to be like real chill. You guys are freaking out.
Digestive jelly bean.
Ugh.
Okay, there's a lot of theories about this. One theory is the material may have come from a passing airplane because, they have, when you like go to the bathroom in the airplanes, they like store all the shit up there and they use like substances to like break it up.
Do you want to hear something weird?
What?
I'm afraid to use the bathroom on airplanes.
I also am.
I'm not
I've never
afraid.
done it.
It feels like such an inconvenience for one thing, and then they're so small.
Yeah, I'm afraid of them.
Yeah, I don't like to use the bathroom on airplanes.
What if something happened while you were in the bathroom?
That happened on a cruise.
What?
What?
I'll tell you after the podcast, but everyone go look up ladies' intestines get ripped out through her anus on a cruise.
No.
Oh,
We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
As a rule, I don't go on cruise ships, so I'm okay.
I never want to go on a cruise.
Why would you?
Oh,
cruises are where nightmares happen.
It's a floating
It's a
petri
living
dish.
nightmare.
I've seen a lot of movies. where bad things happen on cruises.
Don't even look at movies. Go type in cruise disaster and you'll get 1,000 hits.
No.
Oh, that can be like another podcast.
What about the guy on the
just
coast,
cruise disasters?
on the coast of Italy who tipped over the whole cruise because he wanted to get close enough to wave hi to his girlfriend?
How do you even tip over a whole cruise ship?
You hit the reef and you push it over.
Oh,
Ugh.
what a retard.
Okay.
Selfish bastard.
Sorry, back to
Cruise
our...
and airplane sucks.
Back to our gelatinous digestive...
Blobs.
So the FAA requires that all waste be dyed blue, and since the blobs were clear, the FAA was like, no, it's not us. Like, covering their asses.
Like they wouldn't cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, of course their official statement's like, no, it's not us. So, technically, like, it could be them. They just,
it's
like...
us because of reasons.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Here's one convenient reason. We dye all our waste blue. Maybe someone didn't this time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
but did ya?
mistakes happen all the time.
Someone's fucking lazy and just doesn't do it.
Like, oh, yeah, I did it.
Honestly,
I want to go home now.
This is the theory that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, of course they'd fucking lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People lie all the time.
Yes, we're totally supposed to dye it blue.
It's got different bacteria from the digestive system. It's got white
Yeah.
blood cells. It makes sense to me.
That makes complete sense.
That's
But
one gross.
Why is it,
sense.
look at my face, gelatinous?
And
Ugh.
it's so and they said like it's against their regulations to dump waste mid-flight. Like no
That doesn't
shit.
mean that it can't
No
happen
shit.
accidentally.
Yeah.
Don't say no shit, though, because it's
No shit.
totally shit.
It's shit.
Ugh, gross.
That's my theory.
This story just keeps getting
But
worse.
this isn't the best theory. There's some better ones.
There- Okay.
There's outer space theory.
Of course.
Fuck yeah. Another test of the substance revealed a eukaryotic cell, which signified the substance was alive at one time. This led to the theory which suggested that Air Force weapons testing in the Pacific Ocean had destroyed a colony of jellyfish, sent them into the air where they became like caught in like a rain cloud and then were carried to Oakville and then rained down.
I kind of like that theory
I'll be
because
honest,
I
that's
don't know
so
if that's
extra.
possible.
So
As
extra.
soon as you said it was raining jellies, I thought jellyfish, somehow something happened. However, when you said they're all this big...
They got blown up.
Yeah, but...
Huh?
No, jellyfish are one thin membrane. If you take them apart, they don't make little
Yeah.
pockets. They just kind of go...
What happens when
I
they
still
get like
like that theory.
exploded?
They probably disintegrate.
Who knows? That would be.
That's
I like
one
that
theory.
though.
It's so extra.
It is. That's why I like it.
I don't know if
It's the most complicated. thing I've
scientifically is
heard.
that possible.
Probably not.
Someone
but that's
tell
why
us.
I like it.
Hayden, I think
I
Hayden
definitely
will
think it's
know.
not.
Please tell us.
Yeah.
Isn't he like into
Hayden.
chemistry?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Let's talk to Hayden real quick.
No.
Hayden, really, you better send in something soon.
He
Really?
he gave me a story, so
He better.
he gave me one
He better.
verbally. So
Okay.
Wait,
I know. I have
so
one.
that
I have a
means you
story
have to
too.
transcribe it?
yeah.
Hayden, that's not good enough. Hayden, you have to type it out yourself.
I have a story verbally from someone too, but in my defense, she doesn't email. So, because she's
Why doesn't anyone email
Is
me?
she
'Cause she's-
over 70?
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, Hayden, are you over 70? No? All right, you have to write it yourself.
In his heart, he is.
yeah, that's the way to go.
I think he'll know if that's possible with them becoming part of the like rain cloud system.
Yeah, because then if they were,
There's no way.
the
There's no
air
way.
would
I don't
make
think so.
them gelatinous.
If it was something where they were testing bombs and
Yeah.
it happened right afterwards, and by the way, everyone in Aberdeen's seen it because it flew over them, we're talking. But no, it's too far inland.
The Air Force did confirm that they were conducting weapons tests at the time.
Oh.
They
Where?
can
So they
in
were
the Pacific.
They were honest.
like
Where?
no like close enough to it that like theoretically it's possible, but
I think more likely it shot up tiny little creatures, tiny critters.
Yeah.
Who became, but multiple times in 6 weeks or 3 weeks. That's tough. That
Let
means
me-
you have the same
let me
wind patterns, right?
a lot of I'm going to get to which of this is real and which of it is part of the TV show.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell the whole story
Continue.
first, okay?
I
There's another theory. It's called the star jelly theory. It's a theory that material from meteorites falls to Earth
I'm
and
listening.
and it's gelatinous. So, and it could be like new life forms, you know, like stuff from outer space, because we weren't able to identify what it was, and it is jelly, and this is a theory that has already existed.
But didn't we identify some of what it was?
The stuff that was in it.
It's got stuff in it that we have in us. Does that mean it's from us, or that it's similar?
I don't know. I would have to read the original reports because it felt like
I'm giving you everything that's out there, man.
I
There's
feel
not
like
a lot.
originally you said this is from this, and now you're saying, well, it mimics that. I don't know.
They've done different tests, and this is what they found. I can't tell you what it is. They don't know what it is.
I think you should have called the Navy based instead of due diligence.
You think I
Call
should have?
yourself a journalist?
We're not journalists.
We're just regurgitating what we read. And
I'm just copy pasting,
No,
man.
but that's what, you know what I mean, though? Because originally it was like, well, they think it's because of this. So it feel like they identified it. But with this other theory... So, anyway, I would love to talk to the person who did the original report and be like, do you mean this is like something that's from the stomach? Or it was something from a stomach? You know what I mean? Are you definitive in this? Or is it this has some same qualities?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I'll say one more thing.
Okay.
When
That's one more thing. Go ahead.
during the time this happened, like several weeks like before and after, the town noticed really slow moving military aircrafts going back and forth over the town, like for a while. So there's another conspiracy that the town is part of a government experiment.
Okay.
And they drop shit intentionally on this town
to see what would happen.
They were testing like biological warfare.
Those poor
I
dogs
think
and
that's
cats.
And here's why. Is I feel like anytime there's like an event like this where something happens, maybe that shit came up from the ground. I don't know, right? Because fungus is weird, and everyone gets sick. Well, as soon as one person says, well, "I feel like maybe I saw a slow plane," everyone saw that slow plane. You know what I mean? There's like a group. What do you call it? Dementia. A group false memory.
Yeah.
You
So
know what I mean?
here's the deal.
It sounds like a weird fucking fungus, though.
There's a lot of theories that it's some kind of like material that's used in farming, and when it gets wet, it becomes gelatinous, and then the wind just like blew it all over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably what it is. And this is all just
so boring.
really dramatic. But I didn't
I think
want to
the
say.
Russians did it.
You think it was?
They were aiming for LA and missed.
It's Russians or it's aliens?
One of the two. Russian aliens.
Yes.
Probably Russian.
Or
aliens.
it's
Yeah.
An airplane worker who was real lazy.
just
He was
dropped some
really
fucking-
lazy.
He's
dropped some shit.
He just wanted to go home.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I forgot to pack the blue before we left.
Yeah.
Oh well, gadoosh.
Yeah, he's like, no one will find out if I just drop
No
it.
one will know. It's not blue.
In the
Hey.
middle of nowhere, which this town is.
Oh.
Yeah,
You know, this is feeling like the strongest theory.
probably. I mean,
But star jelly
I
is...
just
I like the
feel
jelly. I like the meteorite jellies. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
All of the theories are so good,
I
except the
think
one
they're all
that's
gross.
probably true.
Yeah, I mean,
The farm material.
I want the meteorite one to be real, but I don't want any of them to really be real.
No.
I'm never going to Oakville, that's for sure.
Thank God.
Except
Not
on my
gonna
way
go
to
now.
Aberdeen.
So this was on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries, and they embellished the whole story.
I
So,
bet they did those
so,
fucking
Unsolved
hacks.
Mysteries is
so
the best.
let me tell you basically what happened. The stuff really did fall.
Mm-hmm.
I think it only happened 1 or 2 times. It didn't happen a bunch of times, and supposedly it only fell on that one
spot.
area. So the cop and the woman whose farm it landed on, who sent it for testing, they really saw it, but it wasn't the whole town. The only person who got sick was like her mom, who's older, and they think she was already sick. They don't think any cats or dogs died. So the whole thing's just...
I'm
What
so
if we went to
disappointed.
this town and just grabbed random old people and be like, hey, how long you lived here?
I saw some interviews with the cop and with the lady. So they really were interviewed.
Yeah.
But nobody else. So I don't think anyone else saw it.
Yeah, no one else cared. They were like, oh, gross.
Well, I think
Mop it up.
it just happened
Leave.
on their farm, so maybe it was just like some kind of pesticide or some shit.
Yeah,
you
maybe.
know?
Or like some like weird like chemical reaction to
Yeah.
something,
or
maybe.
maybe plain poop.
Plain
Plain
poop.
poop.
Yeah.
Plain poop.
Dropping that shit.
Ew.
Plain poop is
Gross.
That's
Should
my
I call
vote.
this cloudy with a chance of shit?
Oh, Jesus.
I like cloudy with a chance of blobs. That was good.
Cloudy with a chance of shitballs.
Yes.
Cloudy with a chance of gelatin.
I should call this gelatinous.
Ugh.
Gelatinous with a chance of...
Just call this episode. Ugh.
The gelatinous.
I think
episode.
that's the best... The title of the story is...
Episode,
Ugh.
Ugh.
So of course, unsolved mysteries like fucking exaggerated the whole goddamn thing.
Unsolved mysteries.
Here's the thing: this stuff really was like sent off for testing, and they
Yeah.
couldn't identify it.
Yeah.
But probably because like they just had a small sample, and they just were like, we don't give a fuck what it is.
Yeah.
No, so
there we
it was
go.
19,
It's not deadly, so
19 what?
94.
Yeah, not now.
no.
19 not now.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like Oakville. I mean, you know, no one gives a shit.
Gave a shit.
No, you're like, where
No.
is that again?
They're like, we don't. And some
Is that-
farmer brings in. They're like, okay,
Where do
cool.
you live?
Oakville with a chance of... Who cares?
Yeah.
That's my mystery. My
It is...
mo-
It is.
Here's the thing, though. It is
It is
a
a mystery.
legit mystery.
It's mysterious.
We will never know.
Yeah, I feel like it's
'Cause
the
no
first
one
mystery we've
cares.
had.
We've had other
We've had
mysteries.
mysteries, but like a mystery.
This is a
Some
good
of
one.
them were mystery at the time, and then we solved it. This
Yeah.
one is a mystery that we'll never know because no one cares about it.
We can never unmask this.
It could be everything from the most boring theory to stuff from outer space.
Pretty
Aliens.
much. Yeah.
It just the full range.
Aliens.
Haley,
My uncle used to call me that.
did you see that
Yeah.
meme I sent you? It's like, get in, we're gonna do butt stuff, and then it's like, tag your Balian.
Yeah.
And
think-
Hayden messaged me back. He's like, Balian.
I think we need to get a picture of her being
Yes.
and with the hair, and like that's our new logo. That's gonna be a photo shoot. We're gonna get you the hair.
You know what I'm ordering
Aliens.
today?
What are you ordering?
My tracksuit.
Yes.
For our tracksuit photo shoot.
Yes. I forgot about that. Oh my god.
Did you see the meme I posted of
Yes.
They're in their tracksuits and they're
Yes, I did.
squatting. There's the bottle of vodka. Or as my dad calls it, vodka.
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 Have you heard the metal
I only
song
call
where they
it-
just scream vodka?
I only
No,
call
vodka.
that if it's actually Russians.
Oh,
If it's actually Russians,
I just say it.
vodka.
Vodka.
There's you ever watched that it was a Comedy Central Cartoon Network show that was like delocated. There's a guy in witness protection, and Eugene Merman played the hitman that was trying to get him, but he also wanted to be a stand-up comic.
Oh
And,
my god.
and Eugene Merman was playing in Russian, and every single punchline was, "I like vodka." You know Eugene Merman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone knows.
He plays Gene on.
Hey, let's ask Haley.
What?
Have you heard Childish Gambino's new song?
I have.
Are you obsessed with it?
I've heard it once. I haven't listened to it again. But
We're
I,
obsessed
I
with
can't
it.
stop.
I
can't
love
stop.
I love
It's in my
Donald.
head.
All last
I love
week we were trying
everything.
not to sing it on the episode.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I listened to it once
was
because
an issue.
it came out when I was like on my trip. I need to listen to it again.
The more I listen to it, the
But-
more I'm like obsessed with it, and I'm
I
like,
love-
I hope Haley loves it.
I mean, I liked it the first time I heard it.
So let's go
Yeah.
ahead and take a break before we record next week episode and go watch it.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Bye.
Stay spooky.